Sometimes it doesn't work. But anyway, don't worry about that. If you see this, it's just for 10 minutes, okay? So I'm starting the recording now, recording to the cloud. Here we go, guys. Okay, so this is OET Writing, introduction paragraphs. I actually got a lot of paragraphs from you guys. Thank you, everyone who wrote the introduction paragraph. Today, we are going to basically, as usual, do 3 things, all right? First thing we're going to do today, guys, is review. Then we're going to do some grading of your work. And what will we do at the end, Moses? What do you think? What are we going to do at the end of this class? Next. Does anyone know? What are we doing at the end of this class?
Next paragraph, maybe.
Yeah, so I would say assignment, next paragraph. So this will be, which paragraph are we going to write for tomorrow, guys?
Introduction.
Online.
Introduction. Paragraph 2, main body. Okay.
Sorry.
So, Natalia, can I start with you if it's okay?
Yes, Alan.
Okay, so let's review. What's the name of the patient? Do you remember?
Not actually, I not remember because
Can
I
anyone?
didn't.
All right. Can anyone help her? Edward
Tideman.
Edward Tideman. Okay, Edward Tideman. And how old is he? Does anyone remember how old he is?
54 years.
He's about 54. I think that's right. And what's his condition? Naz, please, Mensure. What's the condition? He's 54.
Gastroesophageal reflux.
Yeah, it was GERD.
RD.
Okay. So guys, yesterday we looked at these case notes, didn't we? This is review from yesterday. Edward Tideman, or Tideman, whatever you want to say, however you want to pronounce it. He is 57. Is that what we said? No, sorry, he's 54. Sorry. And the problem is he has this problem with chronic GERD. Okay. Now, yesterday, I talked to you about planning. So, Jello, do you remember the 3 stages of planning? Just Jello, please, Jello or Mary. Do you remember the 3 stages of planning?
Number 1, understand the situation.
Fantastic. Good. Number 2.
Number 2, choose the case notes.
Good. And the last one?
Right?
Oh, you can see here. Right here.
Organize.
Okay. Now, Jello, that's great. Thank you, guys. So at the start, yesterday, before we looked at the case notes, I said there are 3 stages of planning. Okay. First thing, before you start anything, before you do anything, don't start writing, don't start choosing case notes, don't start planning, organizing into paragraphs. The first thing is you've got to understand the situation. Okay. How can we understand the situation? Well, you need to ask some important questions, critical questions. Remember I said critical? Critical questions, important questions. Ada, do you remember any of those questions from yesterday? Vishnu, Carolina, Elvan, what are the questions that we need to ask?
Who is the reader? What's the task?
Yeah.
Detergent.
So usually you will ask for the reader and the task, like, who is going to read my letter? And what will that person do next? Okay. And Ada, do you remember anything else? Fulia, Elvan, was there anything else?
Is it urgent?
Urgent, I think that was one of them. Yes. What was number 2 from yesterday? Does anyone remember?
Reader knows patient.
Yeah, does the reader know the patient or not? Okay, good. So we need to say, does this person know the patient or not? For example, who is the reader in our letter today?
Doctor.
Ward nurse.
Dr. Berkeley. We said yesterday, didn't we? We said yesterday, do they know
Yes.
Edward Tideman or not?
Patient. Yeah.
Because it says
He knows. He knows.
It's his doctor, right? It's regular GP. Okay, so that's a very good question, important question, because you don't need background paragraphs if they know them already. And there's other things as well. Sometimes you don't need other things. Okay, question 3. Who is the
Writer.
writer and the who's the, right? Don't confuse you, your hospital, your clinic, and the things that you will do with the things that the reader will do. Very common mistake. Okay, guys? Don't confuse number 1 and number 3. Very important. Then we said, I think, Ada, you said urgent. Ada, why is this an important question? Why should we ask, is it urgent?
Because if the situation is urgent, then the paragraph line has come different.
Well, a lot of people think that you need to change your paragraphing, right? But I think that's not quite true, okay? So you don't need to change your paragraphing when it's an urgent letter so much. You can do it, Ada, but you don't need to. The reason why we ask this really is your introduction paragraph. You're going to say, in your introduction for an urgent letter, guys, we need to say like, he now urgently requires, right? You need to say the word urgent in your introduction because it's urgent, okay?
But I remember that when it's urgent, then current situation paragraph comes first. I remember this.
You're right, Ada, but what I want to say to you is it's your choice. OET,
Okay.
do not say that you must do that, okay? It's just many students like to do it, but it's your choice. If you feel like you don't want to do that, Ada, guys, what score do we need as nurses in the writing? What's the score we need? Do we need an A? No.
C plus.
So if I were to say urgent letter, just make sure in the introduction you say it's urgent, okay? Last question, my favorite question is why?
Why I am writing today?
Yeah, why am I writing? Okay, the auxiliary is changing with the subject. Okay, so why am I writing today? This is like letter type, right? What's happening? Why are we writing today, guys? What's happening here? Why are we writing? Because
Discharge.
it's a discharge.
To a station.
From a hospital to where is he going? What's happening? Is he going to hospital? He's going into hospital? No,
Home?
he's leaving. He's going home. Exactly, he's going home. He's only 54. He's not going into a care home or anything like that. Okay, so step 1, try to understand the situation. Spend some time, just answer these questions and maybe other ones as well. Maybe you have some more questions. Okay, choosing case notes. Elvan, if you could say hello, Fulya, Giselle. How do I choose case notes? How do I say, okay, this one?
What does the reader needs to know? What is the important information for this case, and what is the relevant?
Okay, what does the reader need to know? I like that. Need to know. So that's a good answer. Okay. Or sometimes we say, you said relevant, right? What is relevant? Okay. So guys,
Needs also.
how do we choose case notes? We look for what is relevant, what the reader needs to know. Okay. But the problem here, Jello, what does relevant mean? What does that actually mean?
Yeah, there are two things.
Yeah.
Relevant means, so now the other one is appropriate and needed.
There's needed and appropriate. So do you remember, guys, yesterday I showed you this. I said relevant means two things, two meanings. And meaning number 1 was appropriate, as she says, which means helpful or useful. The reader might like to have that. Okay. The other one is needed.
We are taking all of the needs, but some of them.
I'm going to say Fulya, right? This is the one, guys, where you should not make a mistake. Okay. You can look appropriate details. You can do it. You cannot do it. You just need to think about what's some of those things. Okay. In terms of what is needed, all of that must be in your letter. Okay. I'll give you a quick example. He's married. Is that relevant? What do you guys think? Mr. Tiedemann is married.
No.
I don't
No.
think it's
Relevant.
relevant. Yeah, I don't think it's
necessary.
relevant. Okay, what about something like this? He's made good progress.
Is it necessary? It is
Is it
necessary.
relevant? Well, first question, is it relevant?
Relevant, I think.
Relevant.
Relevant. Okay, is it appropriate or needed?
Needed, I think.
I would say it's needed, yeah, because the doctor, he needs to know, did it go well? Was the surgery successful? Is he feeling okay now? So I would say that's needed. In terms of appropriate here, I suppose, let's look at something like this. What about, I don't know, anything here?
Appropriate.
Yeah, we don't need that, do we? Why do we not need that?
Because doctor knows the patient.
It's the same
already
doctor,
knows.
right? But you could say, for example, you could say, as you are aware, and you could repeat that, couldn't you? Right? As you are aware, he was unwilling to continue medication, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not wrong. It's relevant. It's just not needed. It's appropriate detail, but not needed detail. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Only
So
summarizes it.
exactly. And tomorrow we're going to summarize it because really we shouldn't spend a long time. But I hope that makes sense to everyone. Is this clear for everyone?
Yes.
So. Okay, we didn't really talk about this yesterday. I showed you, we planned a letter, we organized a letter. Here is our letter. This is step 3. Okay. How many paragraphs did we have? How many paragraphs, guys?
4 paragraphs.
4 paragraphs, okay. And how do you organize your letter? Step 3. What's the way that we do it? Anyone? What are we doing here? When we organize, when we're paragraphing, what are we doing?
First of all, after introduction, we can write what happened in the hospital.
Yeah.
What kind of medications we managed for patients.
I'm talking in general, though. In general, you're not always going to be in a hospital. So I'm talking in general. Right? Understand, choose case notes, organize. How do we organize paragraphs? Guys, come on, we always
Intro first.
Say again?
Like which?
Introduction
Like
first.
introduction is piece of bread and
Request.
okay. So honestly, like I've been teaching OET a long time. You have to be flexible, right? You have to be flexible. There is no always do it like this every time. There's no templates. Does that make sense, guys? No templates. What is a template? What is a template? Anyone?
Use the format.
There's an exact pattern.
Has anyone studied IELTS?
Just one, right?
Anyone studied IELTS?
No.
Yeah.
Well, in IELTS,
I studied before with you.
You know that for all the writing, there's lots of templates like advantages, disadvantage template, and you should do it like this, okay? In OET, no, okay? Because the situation can change, right? You don't know what's going to happen in your exam. So what we say in our school is we just say, okay, you need introduction paragraph, always. And you always need the requests, okay? What is the request paragraph? Moses, what is the request paragraph? What are we doing?
We are telling the reader what he or she is going to do.
Yeah, right. So you give more details. Give the details of that, okay? So for example, you nurses, discharge plan, right? Very often it will be discharge plan. Introduction. What is an introduction? So easy. What is an introduction? Tell reader
what to do.
We tell them the situation and we tell them the purpose. Okay. Fulia, do you know what the purpose is in OET? Do you know what that means, purpose?
Why the patient needs, what's the patient needs?
Yeah, I would say that, guys, the purpose is the task, the reader task. Okay. In OET, for example, it might be care and support. Someone else, give me an example of the purpose. Care and support, management. What else of a task?
Follow-up care.
Monitoring, follow-up
Monitoring.
care. Yeah, exactly.
Updates.
Okay, what goes inside? This is a sandwich. What do we put inside our sandwich then? What do we put inside the sandwich?
Timeline paragraph.
Feeling.
It can be, guys,
Excellent.
it can be anything. Maybe we talk about the hospital visit. Maybe we talk about the background. You can organize this yourself, okay? Inside your sandwich, it's your responsibility. Does that make sense? It is your choice. Ada, some of the things we put inside sandwiches, we sometimes put in timelines, right? You can
Yeah,
timeline of events. What else can we put in, guys? Timeline of events. You can put in a background. Maybe medication paragraph. What else, guys?
Current condition.
Could be current condition. You could have appointments paragraph. Many things are possible. You need to choose what goes inside your sandwich. It's your responsibility, okay? So this is it. This is how to plan a letter. Now, I gave you some homework. What was the homework, guys? Does anyone remember what the homework?
Introduction paragraph.
Right.
Introduction.
Write the introduction paragraph. Okay, so I said, this is the plan for the week, and I said, you must write introduction paragraph. Mansuria, how was it for you? Was it easy, difficult?
Actually, yesterday you gave some clue, so it was more easy for me.
Yeah, because it's very tricky, isn't it? This is guys, I said this was the homework was write this, but the problem, what's the problem? Problem is there's no reader task, okay? Why? Because it is anyone?
GP's patients.
Updated.
An update.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does update mean? Moses, Elvan, Fulia, what is update? What does that mean?
Give some
Inform-
new.
Yeah, you give information, right? Guys, so everyone, is the doctor going to do something?
No.
No.
No, right? Okay, here's my next question. Caroline, Elvan again, Mary. Is it possible, Natalia, is it possible that maybe the doctor will do something?
Maybe it depends.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? He may or he might,
Do something.
right? So I said yesterday, guys, you can say he may require further support. He might require further support from you. Okay, so that's how you deal with the update letter. You just say may or might. And Moses, what does may or might mean? What do these words mean? May, might. Everyone, what do they mean?
It means it's not. There's no a specific task, but maybe in future,
It's
if there's a
possible.
change in condition, you might need
Exactly.
a support.
Exactly. Okay, brilliant. So guys, look, I'm going to start grading your work now. I'm going to look at, thank you. I got a lot of paragraphs. So thank you everyone who sent it to me. Thank you so much. I'm going to start to grade your work now. And the way I like to do this is I choose people to help me. So I would like for Priyanka, if you could say hello. And Naz, can you say hello?
Hi, Ellen.
So you two, what's going to happen now is on the left we have the original, okay? On the right we have the corrections. Okay, you two will help me with corrections. Okay.
Okay.
I am going to read this. When I stop, you two, just those two people, you tell me what's wrong. Okay. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Ellen, I need to tell you something. I wasn't attend yesterday, so I'm not sure about the topic. What is about the letters? So something missing on my mind.
That's totally
I'm
fine.
trying to help, but just make sure.
I'll help you. I'll help you. Trust
Okay,
me.
thank you.
It's just grammar anyway. I'll focus
Okay.
on the grammar and the language. Priyanka, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so 21st of May 2019, Dr. Berkeley, 65 Lime Square, Lee. You two, any problems?
No.
No.
Time and date and address. We are
I think
writing to.
21st May is in down. Was into the Dr. Berkeley 65 Line Square in
Are you
first
saying
line, I
it
think.
should be here? Saying the date
Yeah.
should be here. Well,
Yeah.
actually, very interesting, Priyanka. OET say that you can have both. You can choose
Okay.
one or
I
this.
just
So it's
I
okay.
just read in online that's it. That's what
Well,
from
I've done
YouTube.
OET training. Trust me, OET have told me
Okay.
it can be above
Okay.
or below. Now, some people in this class, I bet some people in this class are thinking, comma? Is anyone thinking comma here?
No.
You don't need the comma here, okay?
Yeah.
My advice, just no commas. It's easy, simple, no commas, okay? Okay, so regarding Edward Tideman, 54 years old, Priyanka, Naz is
Yeah.
There's no problem. We can write
No.
date of birth, or we can write the age. It can be both. So
Yeah.
there's no problem in my
No
opinion.
problem here, there's no problem.
Yeah.
If you want, you can put dash in here as well, but again, it doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, dear Dr. Berkeley, I'm writing to update you. Very nice. On Mr. Edward Tideman, who is being discharged from hospital following a planned laparoscopic. Is that spelled correctly, you two?
Laparoscopic. It's not correct.
No.
Should it be?
See,
Page.
Yeah,
La-
this one is right.
Laparoscopic. I don't
Yeah.
even know myself. I'm not a. There's a slide. There's a spelling error here. Even Word doesn't know. Okay, small spelling error here. Let me finish though. He is now requires. He is now requires. Is that right? You two? Okay, everyone. Is this right? He is now.
No.
he is required.
Make fires or
Can I
not
say he is required?
He requires, yeah.
required.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No,
No.
it's not
No.
correct.
It does not require anything now.
We don't need the is, guys. We don't need the is. Okay. For example, can I say this? He is now needs. Does that make sense?
No.
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 You just
It's
say
not.
he needs, right? He needs, he
Yeah.
now needs. So we don't need the is. So that's a grammar error. Okay, so what do we think of this in general? Good or bad? Apart from this.
I think it's good with the small errors.
It's good.
Does anyone know how to spell laparoscopic? How do we spell laparoscopic?
Yes, laparoscopic.
No, it's not. I'm sending you the origin.
Laparoscopic. Yeah, it's correct.
Oh,
Yeah. So
there
this
is
is
O.
laparoscopic.
Okay,
It
okay,
should
yeah.
be a second O. Oh,
This-
yeah.
this
A.
one.
No,
Yes.
no, before R. Before R. Yeah, it should be A.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well
that's
done.
correct now.
Okay. Now, what I usually say is the purpose clear? So here it says he now requires your follow-up care. Is that correct, guys? Is that true? No, it's not, is it? Because I told you yesterday
Yeah,
Must be updated.
Yeah, we told you. We told you. So this person is not watching the class. There's no excuse. I told you exactly what you need, and we didn't do it. So how can we change this, guys? He
might
now,
require.
not he. It's not he now. He
Might.
might. Okay, so he might require your follow-up care. Okay, now I think it's a little bit better. Does anyone see any errors here? Put your hand up if you can see some errors here. Maybe I missed something. Put your hand up, please. Do you see any mistakes? Okay, yes. How may I address you? Dan, Sarita, you've got your email address as your name. And I think you came in a bit late. So what's your name?
That's Rita Danso.
Rita.
Yes. Why is it that you've written he might require your follow-up care? Why is it that it might?
Yeah. So this is what we were talking about before, earlier in the class. Okay. The reason is it's an update letter. Okay. In an update letter, the reader is not going to do anything. Does that make sense? Because update, guys, one more time. What does update mean, guys? What does it mean to update?
Formation.
Yeah, it just means to give information, right? So Rita, if I give you information, are you going to do anything?
No, I'm just giving you the information so that you'll be alert.
But you may need to do something in future. Okay, so that's the idea. So, of course, it's Dr. Berkeley is the doctor of Edward Tiddyman. So, of course, he might need to do something, of course, right? But we need to say might because there is no specific thing he should do now. Okay, this is why now is not correct. Okay, great question. Let's move on to the next one, guys. Again,
okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Rita. Jamila, can you say hello? And we can have Bishnu if you're there.
No.
Jamila, Bishnu.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. Again, you tell me what's wrong. So, Dr. Berkeley, 65 Lime Square, Lee. Is that right? There's no excuse for making a mistake.
Spelling.
Yeah, spelling. But guys, come on, we've got to get this right. It's in the case notes. You can see it. Okay. Also, what do we need here? You two, Jamila.
Face.
Thank you. Regarding Mr. Edward Tiddyman, age, I think I need a D here.
E.
Or what else can I put here, guys?
Comma.
Not a comma, but what do we call this?
Hyphen.
No. It's called a colon. Colon. I prefer, you know what? I prefer this. This is better. 54 years old. It sounds better. 54 years old. Okay. Okay, dear Dr. Berkeley, I'm writing to update you regarding your patient, Mr. Edward Tiddyman. What do I need here? You two. What do I need, Jamila? I need something here.
Patience.
Well, I think maybe you have to check off the patient because he knows the patient already.
No, you have to bring a comma.
We'll talk about that in a second, but more simple, guys. We need a, does anyone know? We need a comma.
Comma.
Right. Ada, why do we need a comma here? Because look, it's this. Right, guys? Does everyone see? It's subordinate clause, I guess, or subordinate idea. So we need two commas. Okay, so who thinks that, can we use patient? Medine, can you say hello? Lanky, Mary? Should I say the word patient? Medine, Mary, can you say hello? Or Natalia, Moses? Should I say?
I think patient, no, just date you regarding Mr. Edward, maybe, without patient.
Why no? Why should we not say patient? What's your reason?
Because This doctor should know that Mr. Edward, he is patient.
Yeah, but there's another reason why we should be careful about this. Does anyone know why the word patient is
Yeah, I think they
problematic?
said every patient has his own name, so you have to mention the patient's name instead of
Yeah.
writing patient.
So this is a nurses class, right? So guys, look, we are a UK school. So in OET and in the NMC in the UK, say that patient,
It's wrong.
yeah, should be avoided. Okay, but the reason is because, does anyone know why? It is cold and unfeeling. What should we do instead? What should we do instead?
Write their full name.
Right clients.
Instead, always
Use their name.
Their name.
Okay, but we have a problem now. Okay, so Elvan, Fulya. Okay, I shouldn't usually this is bad. Okay, but I am using the name. Immediately after patient, I am using the name. What do you think? Is that wrong or right?
I think it's right because we are just informing the doctor that this is your patient.
So guys, look, I agree. We can usually don't say patient, right? Guys, 99% of the time, don't say it.
Okay.
But only in this situation, I think we can say it because the name is immediately given. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's...
So it's not cold. It's not unfeeling. We're using the name.
Mm-hmm.
We're just saying patient before, okay? So here it's okay, but usually, no. Usually you should not say it, okay? Let me continue, guys. Who was admitted to a hospital for a laparoscopic application of a LINX device? He is ready to be discharged. What's wrong with this, everyone?
AED. It should be passive.
To be discharged, okay? And may require further support. So this is good, okay? Now, question, Moses, Tara, Rita, Yagmur. Does Dr. Berkeley know about this already? Admission. Does he know?
Yes, he does.
So maybe we can say,
Yes.
I'm writing to who we could say, as you are aware. You know what I mean? If you want, you can say something like that here as well. Who, as you are aware, was admitted. This is not wrong, but it's good to sort of show reader awareness, show OET that you understand what the reader knows already. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Here we could say, who, as you are aware. Okay. But again, don't worry. If you don't do this, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so let's move on to, well, actually, does anyone see any mistakes here? Maybe I missed a mistake. Does anyone see any errors?
Alim, can I ask a question?
Please, Ada, please. And guys, as I said at the start, you're all welcome to ask me questions. Okay, please.
Okay, after may and might, why we don't put s in the end of the verb? Is it a rule? Because I don't know.
So you're talking, say that again. What's the rule? Your connection's a little bit bad.
Okay, after may and might, why we don't put s in the end of the verb?
S, exactly.
Yeah, s.
So yeah, because
why we didn't?
Sorry, I understand, but just be careful with your connection. So guys, it's correct, Ada. Okay, so after any modal verb, not just may or might, it could be should, may, might. Does anyone know modal verbs? Can, must,
could.
You get the idea, right? After any modal verb, there is no third person singular. Does that make sense?
Thank you, Alim. Yeah, thank you.
So what she's saying, guys, is a very good point from Ada. If I say he oops, if I say he like, is that correct?
No.
No, he likes.
Isn't it? Because we need third person singular. You should say he likes. But if I say he might,
Like.
No.
then
I like them.
I delete it. Delete the S. Okay. Okay, let's move on to this next one. Some very good paragraphs here, but let's keep going. Let me ask for who's not done much speaking yet. Maybe Moses, Mary, Rita.
Right.
Okay, so I'm writing regarding to upgrade. What's wrong? What does upgrade mean?
No, I don't think that word fits over there.
I think he means, what does he mean?
Maybe you mean updates.
Update, exactly. Okay, so I'm writing, but can you say regarding to update?
No.
What does it, what comes after regarding, guys?
The name.
Yeah, Mr. Edward. So we have a problem here. It's already a mistake, but we can fix it easily. Look, I'm writing to update you. What do I need here?
Regarding Mr. Edward.
Okay, so I'm writing to update you regarding Mr. Edward. Moses, is that right? Mr. Edward? Giselle? Jello? Mr. Edward.
Full name it should be.
You can have the full name or the second name, right? This is really
Yeah.
important. Don't say Mr. Edward. That sounds very bad in English. Or
Yes.
does anyone know what my surname is? My surname is
Wenham.
Wenham, right? So you can say Mr. Wenham or you can say Allen with a French spelling, okay? Don't say Mr. Allen. Why
Yeah.
not? Why should we not say Mr. Allen or Mr. Paul, Mr. Lawrence? Why is that bad?
Because
that's your
when we
first
are
name.
calling by the name, it's informal. But
It's not
when
even,
we are
Julia, it's not even informal. It sounds, Julia, like a child. You sound like a child.
okay.
What, like 5-year-old children say, Mr. Allen, Mr. Paul. So
No.
don't say it if you go into a clinic or a hospital in the UK, don't say, it'll sound silly, okay? So always Mr. with the second name, not the first name, okay? Always with the second name. Okay, so regarding Mr. Tiddyman, who was admitted to our unit yesterday for, what do I need here? Easy one.
Or A.
Ada, very nice. So for a Lynx device application, after successful surgery, he is ready to be discharged today back. Okay, everyone, what do I need here?
Two.
Two. Okay.
And also discharge would be passive.
Ready to be discharged.
Sounds
Yeah, very nice. Very nice. Yeah, thank you, Ada. Okay. So guys, unfortunately with this one, there's a few too many errors in this one, right? There's too many mistakes here. So don't worry if this is your paragraph. I'm just being honest, okay? Just, we have videos on the website. Go and watch them. I promise writing introductions is very easy. If you watch my videos, it's very easy, okay? The problem is not writing introduction. The problem is timeline, background. These paragraphs are very difficult, okay? But this is okay. All right, so let's move on. I chose this one because it's very interesting, okay? Now, Mary, can you say hello? Or Tara, Yagmur, can you guys say hello? Last one here. It's okay. No, Mary, I think you might have told me at the start. Okay, what about Prajita? Can you say hello, Prajita? Lanky. Giselle. Don't be shy.
I think it's too long.
Yeah, it's too long. I'm just trying to bring in other people. You know, we're all trying to pass the exam, not just one person. So, Akua, you want to say hello? Bishnu again?
Maybe beginning of the paragraph, introduction paragraph, it's not suitable.
Well, we're going to go through it. Okay, so Naz, you
Okay.
help me, and Bishnu. So here we go. I hope this message finds you well. Yeah, is this chat
So this is not
It's
formal,
not.
informal.
It's not relevant.
This sounds a little bit
Jesus.
inappropriate for
Yeah.
this situation. You can say that if you're writing a letter to your friend.
But not the special person, like health professional.
Exactly. So, okay, what about next? As you are aware, what do I need here? Vishnu, what do I need after this?
Comma.
Comma. Excellent. So, as you're aware, comma, Mr. Tidyman, so I like this. This is good. As you are aware, was referred to a hospital on 20th December 2018 due to, is that right? Everyone, due to?
No.
No.
No, for.
Okay. And this is in my video. If you've seen my videos, okay, we say due to, unplanned, for.
Plan.
Right, so we need for here. So for, and I also need to say the application of a LINX device for gastroesophageal reflux disease. And then we need a full, guys, we need a full stop here. Okay. What's missing now? What's missing? Anyone? What's missing?
I am.
Subject.
So it's a little bit unusual, but let's think about it. So I am hereby writing this letter to update you about his current health status and further support he might need. Okay, so unusual. It's unusual, but I don't think it's
bad.
Wrong. Yeah, but this is probably not. This is not what nurses usually do. Okay, you can see if you want to see how to write a thing. This is how we normally write. Okay, this is probably the best one today. Okay, but look, this is okay. I suspect that maybe Chat GPT was used for this. I don't know, maybe not. But it's okay. It's okay. Is the purpose clear, guys?
Yes, it's clear.
It might need further support, right? So that's okay. All right, so I'm going to stop here. Now, if you sent me a paragraph, if this is you or anyone else, don't worry, I will reply by email, okay? Anyone who does not see, maybe you will see your writing here. I will finish this after class, okay? Also, I will reply by email for everyone. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes.
Everyone will get feedback. Okay, the reason why I'm stopping is because what do we need to do now? What's the next step?
Tomorrow's homework.
Exactly, right? And I want to make sure that you guys are okay with this. Okay. So, what are we going to write tomorrow? Ada, Akua, what are we writing?
Timeline.
Exactly. So this paragraph here, we're going to try and write. And what do we think? Is it easy? Difficult? Let me give
quite difficult.
Yeah, let me give you an example. So guys, we can start the paragraph. We can all start the paragraph like this. Where's my thing gone? Can't find my favorite font. Never mind. So we can start the paragraph like this. As you are aware, Mr. Tidyman was referred to our hospital on 20th December due to, why was he referred? Guys, due to?
Chronic
what?
Gastroenteritis.
Can I say GERD?
Yeah, oh, good.
Gastroenteritis. I can't spell this myself. Okay, now, what's the problem with that? What's the problem with this due to?
Because it's planned surgery.
Well, did we already say that? Didn't we already say it, guys?
Yeah.
So should I repeat it?
No.
Next paragraph? No.
No.
Right? So guys, look, imagine we have this paragraph here. Okay. Do I want to repeat the LINX No. So what can I say if I don't want to repeat myself?
Alan,
Due to his disease.
Well, actually, this is not repeating, is it? Because here we have the device. This is not repetition, okay? But let's say, for example, just for example, let's say, if I say here, due to gastroenteritis, right? Now I'm repeating myself. Agree?
Yes.
So there's I want to teach you, there's a simple way to avoid repeating. What do we say? Due to the
aforementioned condition.
Yeah, excellent. Aforementioned
Aforementioned.
condition. What does it mean, guys? Aforementioned condition.
Mention it before.
We
Stated above.
We already said it here. Okay. Okay, what's next? What shall I write next?
Aline, I want to say something.
Go on, Lena.
GERD actually means gastroesophageal reflux disease.
Yeah, exactly. So if you want, you can say GERD as well. It doesn't really matter. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's the same with gastroenteritis.
I think remember it's an English exam, okay? It's an English exam, so I think this is better in an English exam, but you can write GERD if the reader will understand that, okay? So guys, look, as you're aware, Mr. Tiedemann was referred to a hospital on 20th of December. You can even say by you, due to the aforementioned condition. What am I going to say next? Anyone? Shall I mention this stuff, or do I really need to mention anything here? What do you think? Silence. I think we can probably leave.
We can talk about unwilling to medication, continue medication.
Well, let's move on to, what about the 15th? Shall we move on to the 15th? On 15th March.
We can talk about the endoscopy results, 2 centimeters hiatal hernia.
Well, here we've said aforementioned condition, which is gastroenteritis, right? We didn't say the endoscopy here, right? So look, I would say on 15th of March, he underwent, guys, he underwent.
No. He underwent an investigation, endoscopy.
Go on, say again, Rita.
He underwent an endoscopy investigation.
Right? Blah, blah, blah. And then you can continue.
Yeah.
Is this enough? I think, guys, you can mention a few things here, but you don't need to go into all the details here.
Which revealed.
Yeah, which revealed. There you go. So, guys, do you think you can write something like this? I'm going to delete my one. Okay? Gone. You can try to write this. So this is what you're going to do. For assignment, write this. Think for yourself, please. And also check the case notes. Okay, maybe I've missed something. Maybe I made a mistake in the case notes. So please check the case notes yourself before writing. But I want you guys to write about December 20 and 15th of March. Is that okay for everyone here?
Yes, it's clear.
Is this going to be a long paragraph or a short paragraph?
Not
it's
too
going
long.
to be a short paragraph.
Yeah. Why?
Because with the information given, it wants us to just write something concise.
Yeah, well, also, does the doctor need to know all this stuff, really? Does the doctor
As far as he's a doctor, he already knows the medication and the signs and symptoms.
He knows it, exactly. So really, like, we can summarize this or we can just delete it. It's your choice, okay? For example, Ada, what are you going to do? Are you going to summarize this or are you going to just remove?
I think we should summarize it.
To summarize, so just say he had refused medication or something. Yeah, as you are aware. Guys, you could say, as you are aware, Mr. Tiedemann was unwilling to continue his medication. Right? That would be like summarizing. Okay. But look, you're going to do this. It's your choice. Okay. Where are you going to send your homework to, guys? Where's the homework going to?
Alan?
Alan.
Yeah.
Said.
Okay. So guys, take a photograph now. I'm going to have to run, and we now have the listening classes about to start. Just take a quick photo. All right. And very quickly, again, take a photo of this if you want. Take a photo.
Okay.
Please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so photograph of this, photograph of this. Okay, thanks very much, guys. I'll see you in the next class, which will be vocabulary. All right. So please come to the next class. I'll say goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you,
Ellen.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks so
welcome.
much. See you.
See you in the next one. Bye-bye. I can't stop.
Ellen, can you hear me?